And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Hollinger.
Drivers around the corners as long as they hit their...
Romax on the lid. We're racing race number 1. About 10 seconds remain in qualifying here. I'm Matt Egan, joined by Jeff Wood, getting ready for the Support the Troop Truck Series. It should be a great night of racing. How you doing tonight, Jeff?
All right. A little bit late getting on, but, working out those kinks and bumps, Matt, for yourself. Sorry, and shout out there to Miss Katie Dugas, Pit Pass pre-race show. Unable to get that in this evening. It'll be back live on Saturday or Sunday. We'll see everyone then for that Pit Pass show. But for the racing tonight here, Matt, well, there's a guy I think I know who can win it. And then there's, what is the rest of the field going to do?
Yeah, it's going to be a great race to watch, and it's going to be a really interesting thing to see from a strategy perspective. Excuse me. This race was just lengthened about an hour or so before we went racing. I don't know how much I'm going to be talking tonight. I'm battling a very sore throat, so this should be a very interesting broadcast. So a lot of the talking will probably be done by Jeff. So getting ready for what should be an exciting night of racing. I'll let Jeff read off the starting lineup.
Yep, I had the same frog on Sunday. Kevin Winter takes away the pole position, 26.93, and he is the man I picked well before this race to win it, at least in this race and on the Cup side of things. Mitch Reeves, second. Randy Arms, third. Justin Michael, fourth. Jeff Merck, fifth. Ken Richardson, sixth. Kyle Chadwick, seventh. Ronald Klein, got to keep that truck clean, eighth. Ninth will be Brandon Murray. Topper Dugas with a starting top 10. Brandon Thornhill, barely any practice, 11th. James Brown, 12th. Chris Chief Shaw, 13th. Keith Haney, he'll be moving up, 14th. Nick Zontner, 15th. Jeremy Crandell, 16th. Kevin Fetty still got a load in there. He'll be 17th. Ray Richer, who's surprisingly up in the points, quietly sitting around 5th place in the Truck Series points. He'll be 18th starting. Wally Tierheimer, 19th. Tony Romack at the Weed Machine, 20th. Corey Blevins just barely logged in, 21st. Michael Smith Jr., 22nd. Brian Abbott, 23rd. Trick Drum, 24th. Jeff Gilmore, 25th. Still waiting for him to catch fire. Andrew Feston, 26th. Johnny Smith, 27th. And that's the last of the qualifiers. Out on the field, we'll have Travis Browder, 28th. 29th will be Jack Watts. 30th, Kendall Shaw. 31st, Robert McFarland. 32nd, James Haney. 33rd, Chris Voiles. 34th, Craig Covington. And 35th, Kyle Kieselbach. There's a couple of other guys out there, but I don't think they've reconnected, and that'd be Everett Lane. Let's see else. Michael Yarrow, who had an incredible practice session going, and J. Darren Littoral, who's normally a pit crew guy. But back to the top of the board, Matt.
Yeah, and you mentioned Topper Dugas in the top 10. Now, he had a career night at Las Vegas last week on Saturday evening.
Yeah,
so
he's got a win over on the preseason stuff, so he's trying to get that. But yeah, points racing wise, that is probably his career best.
Yeah, so it should be a pretty exciting night of racing here coming this evening for Topper Dugas, to see how he does and see if he can continue up with that running and have another career night.
Yep, that's the plan for these guys. And quickly on the last lap, let's go over the top 10 in points, because we are in a special event week next week. Justin Michael first, Kyle Chadwick second, Keith Haney third, Randy Arms fourth, Ray Richard fifth, Brian Abbott, another sneaky one, sixth, Mitchell Reeves seventh after having a bad pit stop in the last week's race, eighth, Brandon Murray, Kevin Fetty ninth, and Trick Drum 10th. So that's the top 10. We'll go over the rest of that on Lugnut TV podcast about the points coming up. So strong night coming from the behind. We'll have to keep an eye on that. My guy to win tonight is Kevin Winter from the front. Here we go.
And green flag, we're racing. And good start by Kevin Winter, out and away, getting ready down into turn 1 and 2.
Yep. Drivers got to watch this turn 3 or 2 exit as where most of the stuff happened during practice. Also off of turn 4, have to watch the wheel spin and, rotation of the truck out of the corner. Good first lap from the front.
Having some kind of error here. I don't know what's going on. Everyone's blinking on and off the screen. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Why that? What's happening? That's a very odd issue. Yeah, I can't see anything, unfortunately. Internet's remaining stable, but the drivers were not. It seems to have smoothed out now. That was a very interesting first 3 laps, though, so keeping our eye on things as they go. It's Kevin Winter, Mitchell Reeves, Randy Arms. Randy Arms running third. Randy Arms looking to have a good night here.
Yeah, he needs to continue his hot streak in the trucks. Points-wise, he has to stay around. Maybe sneak a win out where he can. Justin Michael, points leader, sits back there. It looks like Jeff Merck dives to the bottom, trying to get under the 87 machine. 60, trying to look for that pass. Oh,
yeah, hard contact right there.
I think Jeff Merck saved Justin Michael's truck right there. It looked like 87 just broke it loose.
Yeah, unfortunately, what wasn't saved was the front end of Jeffrey Merck's car. That right front is heavily damaged.
Yeah, short track racing here tonight. This is about the smoothest I've seen them run through practice and qualifying, doing all of that. So, looking for those battles out there. Look at Kyle Chadwick now make a move. There's a car down on the bottom, truck down on the bottom. Caution's out.
Yep, one car stopped, and that is a caution. And that is Kevin Fetty on the front stretch.
Yeah, Michael Smith Jr. Gave a little bit of bumper coming out of 4.
So we get an instant replay look on that one, and watching from the back stretch, yeah, he was running with Michael Smith, the 949. And yeah, coming out turn number 4, just a little bit of contact sent him right around. 8 laps out of 150 in. We're under our first yellow of the evening. Jeff, what do you think of the racing so far?
Well, I know that's bad to say. We're not 10 laps in, and under the first caution here, they go down, looking down towards pit road. But I thought it was going to be a real quick caution. They learned a lot during practice about where and when to accelerate, when to rotate the corner. So that's that. We'll have to see if they improve on those numbers. I'm sure they will. If they get to green flag racing, it'll be a heck of a race, a quick race too here at the 3/4 mile speedway.
All these cars down pit lane, and Kevin Winter overshot his box hard. Looks like he'll be all gas and go.
Yep. Justin Michael stays
tires.
out. Looks like Michael Smith Jr. stayed out. This is a short track, and with the pace car speed, I'm not sure some of those guys in the back, 36 cars getting the green, or trucks getting the green flag, I'm not sure they all can get through pits before that leader gets around.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It looks like, yeah, I don't think they will.
Typical, iRacing type deal. They're struggling to get out pit road. Kevin Fetty involved in that crash. He needs to get out. Oh, he's not going to make it.
Nope. Neither will Kendall Shaw.
They gotta stop at that. That's the thing people have to realize, or don't realize. If you're running in these huge fields here we have at Loose Lugnuts Racing right now, and we thank all those drivers for, tuning in, racing and whatnot. But with short track racing, you have to, marginalize. I think Michael Smith Jr. or someone behind him did the right thing and went in on the second lap because they were so far back.
And Johnny Smith fails to get out in time. James Haney still in pit lane. But Justin Michael, the man leading the show.
Yeah, I'm probably going to, hopefully, maybe not talk to him again, but, if we do, I'll let them use the first caution to get their heads straight, and then we'll pull someone over for an interview this evening.
Be interesting to see how it all goes out. When we go back to green flag racing is what I mean to say. And with Justin Michael getting to the race lead, this should be pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Smith, you're probably not as fast as the 87, but even so, there's only two guys that stayed out as the pace car lights go out there. And Kevin Winters, basically didn't lose anything, even with that bad pit stop.
It should be pretty exciting to watch Kevin Winter. Well, he didn't get tires. Kevin Winter just got fuel.
Oh, well, that's probably why he's out front.
Yeah, he was a gas and go stop. He had not gotten tires.
Well, that's probably the right call. Probably told those guys to drop the jack and just put Sunoco fuel. Race back underway. Justin Michael gets an early jump out of 4. A little bit dangerous there, but it's going to help single out the field.
Kevin Winter down on that bottom lane right now. And he'll get second. Mitchell Reeves side by side for position there with Michael Smith Jr. on the outside. That outside lane with Smith not working out too well for him.
No, like I said, I don't think he has the top speed here, and he's on older set of tires. 949 can slip on back. Ken Richardson almost back in position. There goes Jeff Merck. Ken Richardson loose there, center of backstretch.
And not good for Ken Richardson at all. Zontner gone. I believe that was Zontner. Or that might have. Well, Michael Smith Jr. 2 times tonight he's been in a yellow.
Yeah, it's weird. He just on exit went around. Who hit him here? Oh no, someone hit the back end of Ronald Klein. I think that was Zontner, like you were saying.
Here's the instant replay of that. You see Michael Smith was on the outside there, and might have been Brandon Hunter Murray in that 13. No, he got loose all by himself. He had no help. Just all by himself, got loose, went around. Now, I gotta say, that's 2 cautions now that have been brought out by that 949 truck. You gotta be careful.
He does have to be careful, and I will note, and it's, due to, work or whatever real life situation is, but I don't think he turned a practice lap.
That's
only got
not good.
Qualifying. So he's figuring out, unfortunately, at the front of the field, how to race Richmond.
Yeah, I don't think that's good. I think the best thing he could do right now would be ride around in the back, learn the racetrack, or worst case, just park it for the night. I don't mean to say that to be, overly critical, but he's caused 2 wrecks right now, taking out 1 pretty fast driver, and the second one luckily only took himself for a ride, but not good to be having that kind of situation where you're trying to learn the racetrack and learn how to race the track when you're around some pretty fast drivers.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the 78 machine, see if we can't get a quick word with Kevin Winter on the horn. who's back in second place. Well, Kevin, not so great of a pit stop, man. I picked you early on. What are you going to do to get past Justin Michael, or are you just going to have to wait?
Oh, if we get we get back green here, we can get another 5-7 more laps. Maybe a Koch comes out. That's what I'm kind of hoping. I don't want it to happen, but I do want it to happen. I'm going to see the whole field come down pit road, so we'll go back in there and maybe we'll do it right the next time and not miss our pit stop as bad as we did. We just left and kept our track position because we would have lost quite a few spots because of it.
Not probably a great on-year factor, seeing that there was only 2 to 3 trucks out off that first pit stop anyways. Is it going to be the same Richmond as usual, loose everywhere, and then car control, plus, you got to stay position-wise, you got to stay out front?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anytime you come to Richmond, that's how you got to race it. Keep the car up front, keep it clean, and keep the car underneath you, too. It's a handful. The balance is not quite there, but it's manageable as long as everyone just minds their P's and Q's and just race with respect. I think we'll have a pretty good race tonight.
All right, Kevin Winter, 78 machine, quick word with him, going back green for the third time. Good luck, sir.
Thanks, guys.
That's Kevin Winter there, as you mentioned, and, he's had a great night so far. But, I'm curious of your take on it. What's your take on the situation with that 949?
No, I obviously got to see the practice and him log in at the very latest. He's a registered driver here at Lugnuts, so he has that opportunity. Situational wise, it sucks, but sometimes on specific tracks like Richmond here tonight, where it is slick, when you put that accelerator down, the car wants to get away from you tonight. So you got to have that practice. I don't think he should log out. I think he should ride and learn, and then towards then, press what he can. That's just my opinion. We'll see what Michael Smith Jr. does. Pace car lights are back out, 87-78. Got a little bit of a mirror action going on. Mitch Reeves, Randy Arms still there, as is Jeff Merck. Not really, guys moving up. People behind the top end are, swapping positions, but I think due to finding tires and choosing pit stops.
Yeah, pace car down now. It'll be Kevin Winter on that outside lane. But with the restart control in the hands of Justin Michael, he just got a phenomenal start. And out and away. I can't really see what happened there going into one. It blinked out for a second. Oh, dear, it's happening again.
Hold on there, Matt.
Well, I was having some issues with that easy anti-cheat, folks, in the beginning before we got started. I'm wondering if that's causing it again.
I believe someone had that same deal last week, Drum or someone like that.
Because I've got no...
I'm not really sure.
I've got no internet issues. Stream's holding fine. You're holding fine. Just iRacing getting a little bit blinking. I'm wondering if it's the easy anti-cheat program. So I'll have to check that out after the race.
Mitch Reeves to the lead.
Yeah, Mitchell Reeves got a great pass.
Blinking?
Yeah, I'm still blinking, unfortunately. It's not like just one driver. It's like the whole entire field.
One wasn't his fault. Was the 949 just wrong place, wrong time?
Yeah, I'm trying to restart the stream here and see if that smooths things out. But things are going very rapidly south, how you would say. Yeah, things are not looking too
There was
great.
also a sec caution involved. Let's see.
having a few stream technical difficulties, and you know, I've got on the fact, or I'm guessing it's probably the fact that I'm having I had an error with iRacing to begin with, so that's not really great, but we'll figure it out. Pace car down, green flag, we're racing.
Yep, hopefully back live here for you, Matt. And Michael Smith Jr. Out front, for whatever reason. Didn't catch why he stayed out, but 78, Kevin Winter trying to look past him. Now there goes 02, Mitch Reeves gets blocked by the 949 of Michael Smith Jr. Hasn't had the most stable truck here tonight, now switches up to the high side.
Yeah, Michael Smith Jr. trying to get to the race lead here now. He's had big crash.
Gonna take a look and see what happened here.
Try to take a look at that replay now.
Brandon Murray, 13.
Oh boy.
Old overrunning the guy in front of you. Turns the 16 of Ken Richardson, who turns the 87. I think Randy Arms got away. I got Randy Arms and Justin Michael.
If I could find Murray on my scoring chart, we'd look at it. And if IRTVO would start working, we'd also look at it. That would be really nice as well. So we'll take a look at that crash. And we'll watch it from coming across the start-finish line, or starting from there, I should say. And, yep, just got into Ken Richardson. Justin Michael as well. Luckily, not too badly damaged. I guess that's a really lucky thing there for both of them, you know?
Yeah. 13 just blew his corner like he was at Martinsville.
It'll be interesting to see how Justin Michael can rebound from it, if he can rebound from it.
Well, if there's a guy out there, a fast guy out there, that's consistently fast, I think Justin Michael can do it. But, you know, damage and track positioning.
36 out of 150 laps into this race now.
Yep, short track racing going on. Bumping and cautioning, and that's what it's kind of got going on with a truck that does not want to move. I think 16 and the 87 got the worst of that. I'm watching the delay on YouTube out there, and it's just unfortunate. Ken Richardson, a guy that always seems to be in the mess, like Ronald Klein.
And right now, 36 laps in. It'll be interesting to see what happens when we go back to green flag race. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record at this point, but we've had these really short runs. There hasn't been a lot of, storylines developing per se, because we haven't seen these drivers really get to stretch their legs, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I'm doing more stretching than these drivers are at the moment. I think that if we wanted to say one topic real quick, it'd be the 18 of Travis Browder, 28th to 7th so far.
Yeah, Travis Browder will be an interesting driver to watch for sure. Kyle Chadwick starting to make his way up the field, you know?
Yeah, Mr. Tottenham himself scored that win on Sunday night in that green-white checker three-peat there. So Chadwick looking to continue on the miraculous points run across the board. He has not finished outside of the top 10 in any loose Lugnuts race so far this winter series.
Yeah, it should be interesting to watch how this one goes. Well, double them up, and we'll see how it all plays out. We'll ride on board in car with Randy Arms for this restart.
Yeah, watch, see what Mitch Reeves does, which type of driver he is tonight on restarts. Does he jump out and away? And how quickly can Randy Arms see that Kevin Winter rolling in the tires on the high side? Jeff Merck going to be doored there with the 83. Over the Top Motorsports really well represented at the top of the field at the moment. Misfits and Chadwick around there. Go two out front. That's what they wanted.
Great start there by Mitchell Reeves. That's what he needed too. Got out and away, just what he wants to have happen.
Watching to see what the back of the field is using camera angles here. See how well they get through the corners as we view the top portion of our racers. Looking to get back under a good green flag. We'll see how long this one goes. I think they've managed to get 8 good laps in. The long point, there's still 2 by 2 back there. Caution.
And yellow flag, unfortunately.
Oh, Johnny Smith involved, Kevin Fetty, and I believe that was Kerry Cleaver who initially got sideways.
Johnny Smith in that 096 here.
He'd already gotten a lap back too and everything. Kevin Fetty. Oh no, poor Kevin Fetty.
Yep, just kind of caught in the middle of it. So, unfortunate situation there for Johnny Smith as well. Having just received his lap back. He left to get fresh tires, but luckily not too badly damaged, you know?
No, that wasn't the worst caution in the world. I think more damage was received on the 16 and 87 on the last caution. So, got to monitor that. And we're going to see certain drivers duck off and hold tires and fuel. We're about a third of the way through this race, even with the amount of cautions. This is going to be, quicker than what we think. It's all going to be about positioning and when they actually do get into some green flag racing, how well you've managed those tires if you've got fresh ones at that point. Let's see who gets the lap back this time. Looks like Michael Smith Jr.
And right now, 42 laps in. Any driver you want to talk to here?
Yeah, let's bring up T Rowdy. Where is T Rowdy?
On track, 6th place.
Yeah. I'm trying to find him in this filled up team street. There's T Rowdy. Had to look around for him. All right, T Rowdy, number 18, out there right now.
What's up, Jeff? What's up?
I'm doing great. You look like you're doing great. 28 to about, 6th place right now.
Yes, sir.
You keeping that truck under you? And, well, you're obviously avoiding the cautions here tonight. I don't think there's going to be a car to sneak up and grab you. But, who knows?
Well,
what's it feel like?
The truck is really loose right now, and I'm trying to hang on to the truck. It's just got to throttle control it. It's a pretty short track, too, so the laps can wind down quick here. So we're hanging in there early, and we'll see what happens as we get through tonight.
All right. Let's see. Anything of note other than, do you think if this was a day race out here, you think the track would be a little bit different or more conducive to, not turning your truck around too much?
I think so, because when the track is hot, it's very, very slick on the long runs for about 20 to 30 laps into the run. But night races, it got a lot of grip for a few laps, and it starts to get loose really quick. I think Richmond is a flat racetrack. I believe so.
Yeah, very little banking unless you're at the top of the corner there at Richmond. But, 18, T Rowdy, Travis Browder here. Well, hopefully you can get back into a good set of racing. I know you've had some points trouble overall with, finishing races. But maybe tonight's the night there.
We'll see what happens.
All right, T Rowdy, good luck.
Thanks, Jeff.
Travis Browder looking to have a good season in his return to the loose Lugnuts Racing League. He had a great winter season. The races he ran last year, he actually won at Atlanta in the Xfinity cars. So it should be a good return for Travis Browder once he gets back up to speed.
T Rowdy, about the 1-year anniversary of his Halloween Bash race win that he got. So I think he's in the momentum. He just has to close out the end of races and get towards the front, which he's about to do. Here we go. Pace car down. Mitch Reeves to start. Kevin Winter and Mitch Reeves time that together. There they go. Jeff Merck got a great start too. I think Randy Arms there on the bottom going to struggle.
Yeah, Randy Arms trying to get going. Had a little bit of trouble, but he'll keep her rolling after just a little bit of effort.
Yeah, 3 teammates probably heard the same thing that Mitch Reeves put out there as when to go.
And it looks like Jeffrey Merck right there, 3rd place. Now, he won the Winners Series Truck Championship last season.
And Xfinity too.
Yep, that's double championships. The question is, can he do that again? You know, that's going to be a really hard question to answer, but it'll be interesting to see if he can. Looking at the points,
I think it's pretty likely after, you know, Chadwick did the same thing during the summer season too.
Yeah, but you look for Justin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Justin Michael's a good one to point out there.
Yeah, I meant to say Jeff Merck. He's all the way down in 32nd in points, so he's got a lot of ground to gain.
Boy.
And Browder's in it. Browder's in it. Yep.
He just broke her loose. I think he should have let that slide down the track that loose. Chadwick looks like he escapes. Topper Dugas gets some. Ronald Klein gets some. Jeremy Crandell. Well, I sound like the guy in the chopper. Full Metal Jacket.
Yep. Yeah, he just got around on it. Brandon Murray got a piece of it. Klein, as you mentioned.
We just talked too about that, keeping the truck under him. That's called the announcer's curse right there for sure.
Without a doubt, and that truck looks like it's gone through the shredder, unfortunately.
He has to get some of that nose repaired. I'd click off tires and everything else right now for Travis Browder and just go after damage at this point.
And
surprising, the leaders have figured out that, you know, these older tires work better than, you know, the new rubbers.
And that's the problem here for some of these drivers is going to be, well, in my opinion, just the fact that this track gets really loose really easily. It seems like a lot of drivers are having to fight that right now.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like he entered the corner bad, maybe carried a little bit too much speed. So this is a fixed setup league and fixed setup race, obviously, with saying both that and together. You can adjust, you know, a couple things in these cars, steering ratio and brake bias. So, you know, the ratio of front to rear brake, maybe that's something that these guys out front have just figured out, especially with this over-the-top motorsports 1, 2, 3. They're probably running about the same brake bias.
Yeah, right now 52 laps in, so just under 100 laps to go. Now, you know, this race was lengthened just about an hour or so before the start time. What do you think of that?
Oh, well, you know, agree or disagree. I don't think it would have made too much difference. The admins knew that if it did go a little bit green, they would click off laps and maybe not get the right fuel to, you know, race length needed. However, coming into this week, if you listen to the Lugnut TV podcast out there that we posted, we mentioned Richmond, and I knew we were going to have, you know, what we would call excessive cautions, but I'll call short track cautions, right, Matt? And it's just the name of the game sometimes here on these short tracks. You got to fight the cautioning. You got to work your way through adversity, be it damage or, you know, getting involved in something. That's the way it goes here at Richmond right now. And I called it coming into this race, so I don't think it would have made a difference personally.
Yeah, and That's definitely a good take on it, I think. And, yeah, I'd agree. I'd say we have an average amount of cautions for a short track. You look at our caution counter here, we've had 6 so far tonight. 30 laps have been under caution. We've had about 20 or so green flag laps. But we have had 4 lead changes, so they've been swapping it up for the lead when we have been green. It's just been unfortunate we haven't had too many green flag laps. Hopefully things will settle out in these final 100 or so laps.
Yeah, and like I said, it's the name of the game. And if you're the driver sitting there, you're all cautions. Well, sweat the first half lap. That's what I got to say. Do your best for that first half lap. Wait for the caution. Don't see it, go back at it. Here we go. Pace car dropping right there. Top 3 probably going to get the same start. Oh boy, called that one too. That they do. Randy Arm's going to have to drop down to protect that position.
Mitchell Reeves and Kevin Winter were on the same wavelength there and practically, jumped out at the exact same time,
Like I said, joyful to be up at the front, be teammates, and in the same TeamSpeak channel.
It was just an absolutely great thing there for those 2 drivers that got away to perfect time, and Jeffrey Merck now left to fight for it. Now, the good thing with Merck, he's got damage, but Richmond's not too heavily of an aero-dependent track, and we got yet another caution. Oh, boy.
This is a big one.
And the 949 Michael Smith Jr., that his nights finally came to an end.
Yeah.
And unfortunately...
See, I didn't see where it started in front of what, iRacing said it.
Well, looks like Michael Smith, he pushed it 3 wide and spun out James Brown. Took James Brown for a ride. The 096 Browder is well piled into it, but...
Romack.
Yep, Tony Romack got a piece of it. But that all started when Michael Smith went 3 wide with James Brown, and that really wasn't a good decision. 3 wide's hard to do at the big tracks sometimes, at Kansas and Vegas.
Richardson involved in some of that too.
And then you try and do it at a track here, it really doesn't work. Kind of works till it kind of doesn't. In this case, it didn't work at all. Yeah, Dugas, I think Brandon Murray, no, that's Dugas, I'm sorry, that I'm looking at. And Richardson got a piece of it, and like I said, Michael Smith Jr., his night will finally come to an end, unfortunate for him.
I just call that track time. We called it before.
Yep.
Sometimes if you're working late and you can't make the race and you get in just during the qualifying session, you probably if it's not like super speedway, you probably got to do a little bit of practicing with these realistic weather conditions. Ronald Klein involved in damage again. We didn't get to talk to him. We usually get to talk to him during the pre-race stuff.
Kyle Kaiserback got a piece of that as well. And like I said, I do hate to say that. I don't try to say it to be mean, but that kind of situation where, like you said, you don't get any chance to practice. It's a difficult track, Richmond. You know how it can react. Might be best just to sit the one race out and take the drop week, especially when you've had a night like this.
Yeah, drop week's up. We'll actually talk to the 76 and Ronald Klein. Sorry to take away from your teammates there. Ron, boy, you can't get your luck rolling the right way so far. If your drivers are re-listening to this race, what do you say at this point of lap 58?
Not much to say. It's just racing, We try to talk and say, take it easy. The trucks are loose. Just be careful and that kind of thing. But I guess it's not hitting home or something. People are so worried about giving up just a position or something, and they're fighting so hard right now. And we're just barely a third of the way through the race. So it's a shame for everybody involved so far that's gotten into wrecks and whatnot. But it's racing.
Ron, I would say you could be a little bit more upbeat, but you shouldn't be. The 76 machine, let's talk about your truck. Can you get back there, or are you just waiting to see what happens? Is it full speed?
No, I'm down on power. I got about five minutes or so of optional, and been trying to get as much repaired as possible as I'm getting ready to actually duck down pit row again here and try to get some more damage done as I pull into my pits here. I'm not taking any tires or fuel, just going to try to get some damage repaired and try to get some speed back in the truck and eventually try to get back on the lead lap and get what I can tonight.
All right, 76 Ronald Klein, we're about to go green, doubled up. Hopefully you get that done. We'll talk to you maybe later.
Thank you, sir.
And that was Ronald Klein there, and he mentioned drivers just need to take it easy and not race so aggressively. I couldn't agree more as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Take it away, Jeff.
Yep, Mitch Reeves and Kevin Winter, along with Jeff Merck, timed that beautiful restart as normal. Randy Arms rolling fourth. We mentioned that you got to drive carefully. Kevin Winter almost dipped that left front down below the yellow. We'll have to see how this first lap goes. We'll talk about what's up front and what's in front of our eyes right now until we see a yellow flag. But we've seen two cautions with people 3 wide in the corner. I think you can get away with 3 wide on the front stretch, but nowhere else on this track.
Yeah, I would even say on the front stretch you can't get away with it too well. The way it's curved in. Oh man, we got another one. And it is Kyle Keiselbach. Kyle, 941.
Oh.
Might have been by himself, might not have been by himself. That'll be the $1 million question.
I saw a bunch of drivers have to go down pit road, or I'm probably rewound too far. My bad.
So we'll watch the 941. I think it happened going into 1. And it did, and it was all by himself. Contacted with Tierheimer, though, when he spun. But, yeah, that was a spin that happened all by his lonesome. Similar situation to Michael Smith Jr.
No, he just carried way too much speed into that corner there, now that I catch up to what you're seeing. It's unfortunate. Kieselbach didn't qualify, but, put down some practice time. He got about 17 laps of practice, maybe not enough. So, he wasn't running up front. Can't say anything about that. I just hope Tierheimer's truck's okay. He needs a good week because I think he's solely dedicated to the trucks now.
Yeah, hopefully it goes better for him. 65 laps in. I hope we can start clicking off some green flag laps. Drivers just being a little too aggressive too early on, in my opinion. Yep.
Kieselbach there, that is aggressiveness. He was looking for a position, rolling in the middle of the corner, but just carried too much speed. 029 and Kerry Cleaver off, 00 James Brown. I don't think any of those guys were at fault for cautions that I just mentioned, but they got bit by, the Richmond yellow.
66 laps in. What do you expect when we go back to green?
Well, until they prove differently, more of the same, Matt. It's just unfortunate. Like I said, at this moment, driver mentality is probably fight for a half a lap as aggressively and fast as possible. The leaders are helping out by getting good jumps. They're singling out front. It's just, in the back where there may be a mix of fast and, people that really don't have a great hang of things tonight. That's where we're seeing the problem. People making the moves. I would wait back there for 3 laps before probably making a move unless forced to make a move.
And right now, 67 laps in here. Let's see what happens on this restart. You think Brandon Murray has a shot at the win tonight? He's in the top 10 right now.
I mean, Brandon Murray made one this early on. All drivers are susceptible to mistakes, but he's one of those guys that has like a great 75% of a race, and then he's actually led a lot of laps. If you go to the Dan Elisa side of things, where the points are at. He's led a lot of laps compared to, like you see Justin Michael, Mitch Reeves, those guys leading tons of laps, right? Brandon Murray's up there. He's got a good amount of laps left. I think he can do it, but like I said, he usually drops back quite a bit in the last 25% of a race. Don't know if that's going to be here tonight due to what's going on here at Richmond.
And right now, it'll be an interesting restart. I'll get you at the green.
Yep, expect more of the same from the three out front, and that's the 02, the 78, and the 60. There they go, firing at the same time. Randy Arm's got a better restart this time. Good jump. Same as normal, we'll have to watch these cars as they go through turns 1 and 2. Kevin Winter gets down to the bottom where he wants to be. Watch that crossover on the line. Camera angle moves back. We'll see what happens. Car up close to the wall towards the back.
That was a great start there by both Kevin Winter and Mitch Reeves. Again, both on the same wavelength on that restart.
Point out one of my favorite guys to call out here, the 05 of Chris Shaw, rolling around here in 7th place behind Kyle Chadwick in the 88 05. Oh, I talked about him and he gets loose.
Oh boy, yep. Does he say he saved it? What a save!
It might bounce me out, man. I had a pickup.
That was a pretty incredible save by Chris Shaw, their chief there, in that 05 machine to be able to hold on to that truck. And oh boy. Well,
Jack gets around. Kevin Fetty bumps him.
Yep, as they say, cautions read cautions, and man, oh man.
Yep. See, yeah, he fought that all the way through the corner. He barely missed them. Kevin Fetty gonna have to work out more damage. Looks like the one of Robert McFarland got a little piece of that. But yeah, great job. I'm sorry if I bounced out there, Matt. I had a
no, you're
internet
fine.
issue.
I know how that is. But yeah, we'll look at that one more time. Yeah, Jack Watts, the 084, he spun out all by himself. How many times have we seen that tonight? Drivers digging too hard, too much.
It's hard to dig on the top side. I think you really got to roll the high side softly. And it's one of those things that, you're door to door with someone, your mindset in racing says press the outside. It's normally the fast line, right? Not here tonight. It's the extremely dangerous line.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, Matt, I think I'm going to grab one more interview before we start going to a little bit of a caution cam type deal. See, they're just getting out of the pits. We'll wonder where they end up. A guy I haven't talked to a lot this season, that 60 machine. I'm going to bring up Jeff Mert and see what he has to say about tonight and that over-the-top motorsports machine. Jeff, you there?
I am, Mr. Wood. What's up?
Well, I mean, short track style-ish racing, short runs, sometimes half a lap. It looks like teammates are, communicating well on those restarts, I would say. Getting the field good. I think the leader's actually helping the field get out and going single file. Can anything be done to combat the way racing is going right now?
Yeah, I think guys just need to be a little more patient. Mid-pack back, they're just overdriving the setup. If they would let the tires come in, let the setup come in about 10 laps, it would stabilize an awful lot more. I forgot to do this the first interview I got interviewed in. I'd like to thank Big Boss Man John Hendrick for bringing me over to Over the Top Paints Motorsports. I won 2 championships. Caught the Big Boss Man's eye, and he's given me a chance, and I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we've seen a lot of cautions. Have you been able to roll not the bottom group, but I would say maybe the second and a half group up in the corner through 1 and 2? Have you been able to roll through that portion of the corner with any amount of speed?
I mean, you can. I mean, I don't want to give too much away with what we're doing over here. There's a trick to this setup. We figured it out.
Brake
I mean, we didn't
bias.
really figure it out. You just have to. No, it's not brake bias. It's something else. You just have to kind of keep the car bound up. Is all. Keep it tight. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully we can get a 1-2-3 finish here for Over the Top Motorsports and make the big boss man proud.
All right. 60 of Jeff Merck. Maybe see you at the end of the evening, sir.
All right, Jeff. Look forward to going back and watching the broadcast. You always do a great job.
Thank you, sir. Off the 60 goes, Matt.
Yep, and Tony Romack. I think this is one of the first laps Tony Romack's led in this league. So this will be good to
he's
see
out
for
there.
Romack.
Yeah, his former teammate we just talked to. So Romack single truck team right now, I think. That
See the
weed
Weedmobile.
emblem. Great. I love that Weedmobile right there. He gets a good jump. Wasn't a poor jump with old tires. He's just looking to click off some laps up front.
Well, you touched on it. Or sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say he's just trying. He should get out of these guys' way rather quickly and hope for a quick caution. That's what he's doing. It's not a bad option to do.
Yeah, you got to click off a few laps led. Pick up a bonus point. And, you know, you mentioned teammates, Lone Wolf Motorsports with Jeff Merck no longer existing, and Jeff Merck gone over to Over the Top. And now he races these beautiful, beautiful red, white, and blue Over the Top car on Thursday nights, and then the beautiful ASN Camaro that we get to see on Saturday nights. I just saw someone go through the grass. I believe it was Chadwick. Yes, it was.
Oh boy,
he saves it.
88. Yeah,
No damage. He just drove through the grass, kind of just got loose and saved it, but slowed him up.
Michael's slow on the
good hair.
bottom. Not sure how many laps Justin Michael's down. He's down 19 laps, our points leader. Well, points leader heading into the night. He's trying to hold on to.
I don't think he's going to be a points leader anymore, unfortunately.
Nope, not unless the fortunes of the 02 and 83 change.
Somehow I don't see that happening. They're doing really nicely right now.
Oh, yeah. See, look at that Brandon Thornhill. We haven't talked about him tonight. 68 machine running in 6th place there, Matt.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough year, had a bit of a rough end to the summer series, and it looks like it's finally starting to rebound for him. Looks like he's doing pretty nicely.
Yeah, if I, venture on over here to the points real quick, I think he's quietly, in a decent points area. My computer does something nice for me for once. There it goes. Yeah, so, no, he's not really doing well. He's about 24th, so this is a good turnaround.
Yeah, right now just watching Thornhill. Look at Brandon Murray in 5th. Murray's looking pretty nice, too.
Yeah, he's fast, no doubt. He always likes to prove me wrong with, saying he's not fast and he ends up being fast. And, see what that pit pass machine can do. He's still got a long part of the race to go. They're clicking off some good laps here, Matt.
Yeah, 85 laps down, 150 the scheduled distance. We might see longer depending on green-white checkers, but it is all Mitchell Reeves, out in front. I said Mitchell Leaves for a second. Whoopsie. So Mitchell Reeves out in front. Yeah, Mitchell Leaves, not a driver.
Now, quietly sneaking up here, look at 7th and 8th place of Brian Abbott and Keith Haney. Guys that, just find, unless it's...
Contact between Mitchell Reeves and Kevin Winter, and Mitchell Reeves is out of the lead. We got to get a look at that again. I mean, that was...
Reeves, I don't think there was contact until... I have to go back real quick myself, too. That was a significant thing. Mitch Reeves just got loose off of 4. No contact.
Did he get loose or...
turned it into Randy.
Yeah, I saw contact with Randy Arms. Did he get hit by Winter before he got loose, or did he just get loose? No, you're right. He did get loose. He got loose. Actually, they might not have even touched.
No, they did. On my end, it did not touch.
Yeah, they might not.
iRacing does though. Sometimes.
Well, now I'm looking at it again. Yeah, they might not have even touched there, and you're saying they didn't. So yeah, there wasn't. Was there contact?
And Randy Arms.
Arms hard into the wall. And Merck's gone around. Oh, man. Why is it that every driver we talk good about always winds up eating the wall?
It is an announcer / racetrack curse tonight. I'm not seeing a yellow. I don't think the 60 machine likes that.
He's off the racing surface. That's why. He's got to be up above that yellow line.
Turn that truck around.
There it is.
He did it safely.
As soon as he got above the yellow line, that's when iRacing triggers a caution.
He lost a lap though.
Yeah, but yeah,
he spun out.
He did everything right. He did everything right.
No, I mean, unfortunate that he brought out the yellow, but he waited for there to be a gap and to turn around. So you can't fault him on that end. I'm wondering if he gets the free pass because the incidents, were on the last lap. I'm not really sure. Technically, Trent Drum is the first car 1 lap down.
Yeah, and cars down pit lane. We'll take it to a caution cam. We're closing in on just 50 to go. Jeff Merck gonna get you. I'm sorry, not Jeff Merck. Jeff Wood. Get my Jeffs confused. He'll get you with the green, though.
Yep, here goes Ray Richard, Wally Tierheimer, guys that just stayed out. They a little bit checked up, but didn't get a good run anyway. Ray Richard, no slouch. He is up there, 5th in points, rolling around towards the top, but now Kevin Winter on fresh tires. Chadwick motoring through on the high side, almost 3 wide with Tierheimer.
And another big one. Potentially big? I don't know.
McFarland just got Ronald Klein in the corner.
Wow, Ronald Klein has just had the horrible luck here tonight.
Yeah, Ron blinked real quick for me. Did he make any more contact?
We'll get an instant replay look at it in just a moment here. And we'll see. We'll watch. Yep, Klein just nudged by McFarland, and yeah, luckily didn't hit anyone else.
Well, quick caution. Matt, we'll let her go back to caution cam, I guess. Let these guys roll the laps a little bit.
We'll be right
the
back.
winner there is Ray Richard on that quick one.
.49 to go at the stripe. Jeff Wood with the green.
Yeah, Ray Richard still controls this field. He's been known to check and go. There he does it again. He's going to get a good jump. He was winner off that short caution run. So out and away, looking for the best. not going to get it. He's going to maybe shut the door, make Kevin Winter think a little bit. Ray Richards does fine. Kevin Winter a little bit loose. Ray Richards challenges him, you know, on the high side. Good for Ray Richards, making the best of the run he can out front. Chadwick now looking for second place.
Yeah, Kevin Winter now your race leader. Chadwick to the inside.
Randy Arm passing up Ray Richards. There's Mitch Reeves, who's recovered nicely from that incident.
Chadwick got a great run that time into second. Now he's got to run down Kevin Winter, which is 47 laps to go. If we stay green, this will go by really quickly, I'd say.
Oh, Keith Haney sideways.
And, of course, I speak too soon. Keith Haney's gone around.
Yeah, stop speaking too soon, Matt. Let's see. Just got maybe a little bit below the yellow line, accelerated out of the corner.
Yep, spun himself.
Yeah, no help from Gilmore, at least on my end.
So we'll be right back. Kevin Winter, your race leader. Back live here on the American Sim Network. Jeff Wood gonna call the green here.
Yep, Kevin Winter safely back out front. Let's see how he does on this restart. Stacks him a bit. Chadwick not able to respond on the outside. Randy Armour probably going to have a good positioning going into turn 1.
Yeah, really good start there for Kevin Winter.
Got to get this first turn with the rest of the field. Actually got to readjust my camera angle. Cautions are happening in the back for the most part. Second is Chadwick, and that 88 does have a top 10 truck again here tonight running second. Mitch Reeves third, probably has something to say about that depending on that damage.
Yeah, right now 38 laps to go at the stripe. Mitchell Reeves, or I'm sorry, Kevin Winter, still holding on to the race lead.
Randy Arms losing positions back there with that rear right side fender damage.
Really close racing right now.
Tierheimer Merck door to door off the turn. Battle for 9th and 10th.
There are 37 laps to go, and 9th place, or 10th place now, it is John Smith and Tierheimer. That's going to be a good question.
Yeah, I think John Smith is the guy I talked to you about during the caution cam about needing to go to work after the race. He's hoping for some green flag event right here.
Right now, it is all Kevin Winter. Out in front, 35 laps to go.
Crucial bottom part of the race. No fuel in the mind of these drivers at the moment. I think even with a 70% load on green flag racing, you get about 95 laps.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you on that one. And so, yeah, these guys are pretty much good on fuel. It's all going to be a tire game here. Kyle Chadwick loses second. It goes to Mitchell Reeves now, 34 to go.
Mitchell, caution,
Yellow
caution.
flag in the air.
Jeff Merck.
Not good for Jeffrey Merck.
Overdrove his corner and came down on the 82. In my opinion, I'll get a closer look here.
We'll get the instant replay look at things here.
And he came across the striped line.
Yep, came down on him. The 82 came up just a little bit.
I still think it was the 82's lane right there. I don't know, Matt. What's your take?
I think they just kind of met in the middle.
That's a good call.
One went down, one went up, and, well, nowhere for any of them to go. Just a pure racing deal. That's the way I'd say her.
Well, we're going to go to the pits for the final time. I didn't call that right. I think it's
all going to be a tire game.
Yeah, it's like you said, a tire game. Topper Dugas taking it behind the wall officially. I don't think he can make up any more spots outside of the people exiting the track.
We'll be right back. back live here at Richmond International Raceway. 22, count them to go. You can count that all on 2 hands if you live by a nuclear reactor. We're green.
Yep, 084, Jack Watts looking to get some laps out front, trying to take the long shot away. Kevin Winter dives to the bottom. Jack Watts can't block this for long. Kevin Winter
I wouldn't even try to block right now.
Nah. He goes the high
Not a
side.
good idea.
Mitch Reeves, Kevin Winter, the rest of them are just faster than Jack Watts. Jack Watts just has to hope for what's been happening all night, quick yellows.
And right now, some good racing. Kevin Winter and Mitchell Reeves got by Watt, and best advice I could give to Watt right now, if you or your crew's listening, stay to the high side, because I think he's on old tires, and he don't want to be getting in the way right now.
Man, he almost overdrove that corner there. He's looking to, emulate. Oh, there's a car in the wall out of 2.
Oh, boy. That was
They're all trying to
Fesden.
get around him.
He just nudged the wall. Luckily, didn't crash. Well, when I say didn't crash, I mean, didn't cause a big crash,
Yep.
And right now, 17 laps to go.
Kevin Winter dominating out front. This is where he's supposed to be all night. Finally back out there. Ooh, Jeff broke a little bit squirrely.
And
Caution
another
off
yellow.
Travis Powder got to back it up a bit.
Oh, boy. Gotta feel bad for Browder there. What position is he?
He was
he's 4
20th on
laps
the
down.
board. I think he got more of the number 1 than any other object on this track.
Browder spun himself around. Oh, McFarland got a piece of that.
Yeah, I think Shaw did too on the inside. Nope, he escaped.
You really gotta feel bad for Browder. It's his return season to loose Lugnuts, and it just has not been going his way, unfortunately.
Once he gets over that hump, though, I think the 18 will be fine. We talked about that early on in the race, and it's just closing out a race.
He needs another Atlanta.
Yeah, he does. Is it on the schedule? Bad
I hope.
for not knowing.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's before we get to the playoff.
I was just going to look on the Dan Lisa page, but the Dan Lisa page only shows past races. So I can tell you Auto Club in Las Vegas were on the schedule. But, yeah, I don't know about Atlanta. I think it might be. But, yeah, he really just needs another race like that where he just has a breakout night, goes to victory lane. I think it can happen for him. He is a fast driver, and there's no denying that. Very fast driver right there.
Browder's waiting for Atlanta. He's going to have to wait a long time. It's actually in the chase.
Oh, wow.
The format of 5 for the chase of this 2019-2020 truck season. So, it's the 3rd race on February 13th.
So he has to go all the way down.
Yep. Outside of that, like I said, the Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday series emulate one another technically. So Thanksgiving week coming up next week, we'll be absent here on ASN, Matt. So all the families getting together. Halloween next week. I'm way down on that schedule. Halloween next week. Only 1 or 2 races next week. The racing in, the top 5 get in on Friday night, and then the Halloween truck race on November the 2nd.
And right now, getting ready to go back to green flag racing here. In just a moment. Be interesting to see how it all plays out. It'll be Kevin Winter out in front.
Well, Matt, do you think we go to a green-white checker, or do you think they, do a quick caution and back to green flag racing to end this?
I really hope we go green to the end, but I don't see it happening. I got to be honest.
I don't know, a green-white checker proved fatal for those guys out front on Sunday. It might do the same here tonight.
I got to be honest. I don't see us going green-white checker, you know?
Yeah. Johnny Smith off the track along with Kevin Fetty and Ken Richardson earlier in the race. Johnny Smith probably on his way to work.
It'll be interesting to see this restart. I'll let you get the green here.
Yeah, Kevin Winter was my pick. He's out front, probably has the strongest truck, short or long run here tonight. We don't know about long runs, but we'll have to see. Jack Watts excellently positioning himself for the end of the race. Keith Haney there approaching the steel territory if something may happen. He does not get a good restart like the 78.02. We'll have to see how it goes with about 12 laps in this race.
Yeah, really good racing now for Kevin Winter out front.
Watching around Keith Haney, Jeff Burke down to the inside. Keith Haney has to find that bottom. He's going to have to cut off Gilmore there, it looks like. Oh, Jack Watts.
Oh, boy. No yellow, amazingly. I'm amazed that wasn't a caution.
He's officially off track, the 60 machine. I think he had a black screen.
Yeah, right now, 10 to go. Kevin Winter, your leader.
That is just the weirdest thing I've seen from the 60 since, the first week of, bad internet on iRacing.
And right now, 9 laps to go here.
Yep, Chadwick's down the podium spot of third. Keith Haney and Jack Watts, along with Jeff Gilmore, who's finally having a successful night.
Good for Gilmore.
He quietly creeps up. As long as he stays out of the fray, 57 machine is points-wise one of the toughest guys to beat week in and week out. He always seems to find a way to collect more points than you.
Well, because Gilmore wound up winning the Summer Series Truck Championship, if I remember correctly.
Cup. He won Cup.
I thought it was a Truck Series, but
no,
oh yeah, you're right. It was a Cup.
Yeah, Chadwick won Truck and Xfinity, just like Merck did in the previous winter season. So easy to two-peat unless you get to the Cup side. Gilmore knows how to collect the points as we wind out tonight. We'll have to see what these guys do to end tonight. Anything can happen. Kevin Winter's out to a safe lead. I don't imagine that's changing.
And right now, 5 to go at the stripe.
Yeah, 5 at the stripe there coming up. And Jack Watts seems to be probably the biggest winner of the night with that move late. Ray Richard unable to hang on to it, making the same move. Jack Watts just got out of the way and didn't push the button there too fast. Now finds himself with a top 5 potential.
And right now, you've got 4 laps to go. It is Kevin Winter just having a great run of things out in front.
Yeah, easy moving for the 78. Gonna come up on some lap traffic. Gonna be interesting. Haven't said that all night, Matt. One machine goes high.
3 to go. Well, if they stay green, and I hate that I've said that now because I got a feeling I've just jinxed it, it'll be moments before Kevin Winter rides off into the victory.
Yep, first Vic overall of the 3 divisions here at Loose Lugnuts Racing.
But now I've got a feeling I've just jinxed it.
Yeah, I know.
I've probably jinxed it horribly, so 2 laps to go.
Yep. 2 fingers down or 2 flags down, however your flagman does it. Mine does the white and the yellow flag close together.
Yeah, he crosses the flags over.
Oh, crosses the flags is halfway. I thought it was 2 sticks in there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Look, hey, I've been sick today. I threw up earlier today, and I've been in bed half the day sick. So I'm lucky I know my own name right now. So, forgive me.
Yeah, white flag coming up here, Matt.
Checkered flag, actually, coming up now.
Checkered, wow.
And Kevin Winter goes to victory lane. They did stay green to the end, much to my surprise. Mitchell Reeves, Chadwick rounds out your top 3. But yeah, like I said earlier at the top of the show, I've been sick today. So to know my own name is a feat in and of itself. But it is all Kevin Winter out in front winning this race.
Matt, hit that top 10 real quick while I drag these guys up.
Top 10 on the left side of your screen. We'll get Kevin Winter, Mitchell Reeves, and Kyle Chadwick in for an interview. Top 3, as always, on the American Sim Network. Great run by those drivers to get up there. And we'll get Jeff. Or I'll get your winner. Jeff will get second, and then we'll have a sword fight for. Yeah, we'll have a sword fight for third, which will be interesting because we're in different states. But anyway, Kevin Winter, have you got a copy of me, my good man?
Got you.
Well, you have put on a great race tonight. You led 52 of the 150 laps here tonight. Almost a little bit over a quarter of the race you wound up leading. How'd that car run for you?
I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, it was loose in a couple situations, but all in all, the balance was not bad. I think the truck got a lot better in the longer run. And we just, like I said before, just try to keep it up front, keep track position, just keep the truck clean and out of trouble.
All right, well, how was the race handling for you tonight? Because it looked like a lot of drivers were getting loose really, really, really easily, and that's just the big question of the evening.
I mean, I think I just from overdriving it. When you get a handle of the truck and the track, and you learn how to do what you got to do, the truck comes to you eventually. But I think there's just a lot of overdriving out there tonight, and a lot of cautions, like it says precautions too, and guys just trying to get more positions with those restarts, and it just makes it a hectic race.
Yeah, cautions breed cautions, as they say. Anyone you want to thank, sponsors, that kind of thing?
I want to thank my teammates that are every week we test, and we try to figure these tracks and these setups out. And I want to thank you guys up in the booth, and John and Ronald Edmonds and the owner, and everything they do. And we'll come out Sunday and see if we can get another win.
All right, thanks for talking to us, man, and good job on that win.
Cheers, guys.
Jeff Wood with second place finisher, Mitchell Reeves.
Yeah, Mitchell Reeves up here in the booth as I accidentally grabbed a different driver. Mitch,
that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Second place here tonight, not too bad. You led some laps during that racegear.com sponsored truck. Tell us first, let's start with the contact where I wasn't even say contact. You got loose out of 4, right?
Yeah. These trucks were really, really sensitive and would come around on you without any warning. And we finally had a run that was longer than 28 seconds. So coming out of 4, I kind of just had a lapse in judgment and started paying attention to the lap car in front of me. And next thing I knew, the car was around on me. But we saved it the best we could. I know we got into Randy a little bit, and we had 40 seconds of damage really the rest of the race because I wasn't gonna even thinking about going back there in the Hornet's nest. So I definitely think we were probably one of the top 2 cars tonight. I think Kevin was way quicker if we ever had a long run, but it was pretty obvious that we had some speed, and I think this will actually put us in the points lead for the trucks once the drop race comes out. So definitely a good night for the team.
Yeah, no quick second guess in a last minute pit stop there. No green white check. That's a good thing for you, Mitch. You didn't have to go, is this Atlanta? Is this Atlanta? No, it's not Atlanta. Mitch Reeves finishes second tonight. Tell us who you got to thank.
Well, I got to thank you for bringing that up again. I'm sure I'm going to hear that the rest of the year. Got to give you a shout over the top motorsports. Kevin and I we were really close all night, and it was just cool that I feel like we both finished where we deserved. And I'm just keep waiting for Ronald Klein to get up here. He had some more tough luck tonight, but I think he soldiered it out for a pretty decent finish. Jeffrey Merck sticking around and trying to work his way through, and everything else going on in racegear.com. John Hedrick, Overtop Paints and Designs. You guys up in the booth. I know you guys probably had tried to find stuff to talk about after 38,672 cautions, but we definitely got to the end finally. So glad to be moving on to the next one.
It was 673 actually.
Thank you. I knew I was 1,000 off or on.
All right, Mitch. We'll see you during. I think you're actually not going to be here for the Halloween event. Good luck down in the Gulfport area.
Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Mitch Reeves, drag racing. I'm going to grab third because I got control of the mic. Here we go with the 88
there
of Kyle Chadwick.
You took me by surprise there. I couldn't say anything.
Mr. Top 10, I'm going to call you. Can you finish outside of the top 10, Kyle? Give me more than a 2-word answer.
Probably, yeah. It's probably coming.
Well, that's 3 words, so there you go.
Sheesh, Kyle. All right, well, top 3. I think, if you're not winning races, you're there. You're going to be in the points. You're going to have to steal a win eventually somewhere in each division. You've already got it in the Cup. It doesn't guarantee you into the the final like in NASCAR or the chase, but what can you do in the trucks? You're running well. What else can you do in the trucks outside of finishing top 10?
I mean, a win would be nice, but I'm more content with finishing top 5 rather than going for a win and finishing 30th, reckon trying to do it. So I'm just trying to get there in the points, get to the playoffs.
Yeah, that is the deal. Tell us real quick about dodging tonight. I think I saw you dodge a couple out there.
Yeah, I definitely got lucky with a couple of them. Someone spun right off 4 right in front of me. I barely got by it. At one point, I spun into the infield and saved it. Came out 15th and raced back into the top 8 before another caution came out. So it was a little more eventful than I wanted.
Well, yeah, you think, maybe if we go to Richmond, obviously looking into the future, you think a day versus night race is more acceptable with the way the Richmond setups are?
No, I mean, I like the loose setup in the truck. I just think too many people are driving over their heads, staying out on old tires and 20 laps into a 150-lap race. Just dumb stuff.
That seems to be the party line, which way I try to curve it differently. Well, Chadwick, tell us who you got to thank.
Just thanks to John for putting on the league, admins for admin, and you guys for putting on a show.
All right, Kyle Chadwick, 88, top 10, top 5 again. We'll see you. Hopefully, are you going to be able to run the Halloween event?
I'm planning on it.
All right, well, we'll see you then. If not, throughout the rest of this week, Chadwick, have a good one.
Thank you, you too.
All right, folks, and the results. Kevin Winter, Mitchell Reeves, Chadwick, Watts, Gilmore, Murray, Haney, Arms, Romack, Covington, Shaw, Klein, Voiles, Drum, Thornhill, McFarland, Fesden, Merck, Abbott, Shaw, Michael, Browder, Richer, Tierheimer, Fetty, Smith, Richardson, Crandell, Haney, and Keiselbach, Dugas, Brown, Smith, Cleaver, Zontner, and Blevins. We'll round out your field. We hope everyone enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We'll catch you in the next one, folks. Have a great evening.
And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Hollinger.
The drivers around the corners as long as they hit their...
Yeah.